Hey, this is the girl on fire, Jessie Nolan, and you're listening to Wrestling with Entertainment.
And we are wrestling with Impact Wrestling Hard to Kill PPV. It was
They need to change. They need to change their pay-per-view names. I'm sorry, or some of them at least.
it was last Saturday, and I believe me and Kaliko were maybe the only two people on this podcast that saw it, but he is not currently
Yeah.
with us. So we're gonna go through the matches anyway. Uh, the Decay, Rosemary and Crazy Steve defeated Tennille Dashwood and Caleb with a K. I'm liking what Rosemary and Crazy Steve is doing right now, but Kaliko would probably say that they're doing Tennille Dashwood dirty. Would he be correct in that statement, Scooter?
Yeah, I mean, you read every review of the match, and they say, yeah, it's pretty much every Tennille Dashwood Impact experience at this point. I mean, I do love the fact that Rosemary and Steve were introduced as the Decay. Nice little throwback there. At a time when Rosemary was doing her best work. But yeah, this match was more gimmick than match.
On
Yeah.
another note, they changed the commentators from Josh Matthews and uh, Madison Rain to Matt Stryker and D'Lo Brown.
Yeah, good shit. I'm sorry, Madison Rain didn't belong on that. I'm sorry, but she just wasn't an announcer.
Matt fucking Stryker.
Matt Stryker, you say what you want. I know you got personal situations with him in the past, but he's good. He's really good announcer. He's
The
good
man,
announcer.
the man is a sleaze.
But he's the good announcer. You can't hate on talent, dude.
I absolutely can.
Okay, well, I don't have
I
smoke tinted goggles on. I can see clearly. So
it's just those. He tried to fuck my fiance goggles.
okay, well, maybe he's changed. You don't know, man. Fuck, people progress in life. Fuck.
I mean, I don't know. I saw a sore on the corner of his
Oh
lip.
my god, bro.
Moving on.
That's kind of funny. But
Violent by Design, Eric Young, Joe Doring, and Dito defeated Tommy Dreamer, Rhino, and Cousin Jake in an old school rules match. I mean, I don't remember who said it, but when Tommy Dreamer was in the match, he's probably losing. That was said last week.
Yeah. Real quick, I meant to. You kept on going. I was trying to finish. D'Lo Brown, I believe, never got. He never got. I think he's more of a technical commentator. The way I think it's a good fit. So I think this is a good move. So sorry, that's I was just trying to finish.
Well, it seemed like they were doing well on commentary at the beginning of it, but I don't know if I've ever heard this in commentary before. As the show progressed, it got worse. And I don't know.
Yeah, that's a little weird, but it's their first night. It's chemistry takes time. Rome wasn't built in a day, and I wasn't a big fan of Josh Matthews. So I think we'll see if after a month or two it's still like this. Then okay, we'll look at you might want to look into updating it if it doesn't work. But give it a little time first and see if it gels. If not, then okay.
I agree with that. Kill Hogan and Tasha Steelz defeated Jessica Havoc and Nevaeh to become the new Knockouts Tag Team Champions, winning that tournament. Kill Hogan and Tasha Steelz, the right team to win this match, Scooter?
One quick note about the previous thing. Eric Young's group is now known as Violent by Design, which is both a good thing and a bad thing because, yeah, well, it gives them an identity, but every time Eric Young's in a name stable, it spells doom.
What does he think? What does he think he's doing? Is he making a rock band? It sounds like a fucking
hold on.
punk rock band.
Hold on, and I'm connecting it to the Knockouts Tag Team Title match
Oh
because
my god!
you remember who the last Knockouts Tag Champions were when
No.
they made the titles inactive?
No, who?
Eric Young and ODB.
Oh god,
Oh my
ODB.
God.
Isn't she on contract with NWA?
She's actually just signed back with Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
She's coming
Yeah.
back.
Okay. I was gonna say that's another underrated female wrestler.
Oh,
Okay.
without a doubt.
Big time.
Probably. Yeah, I mean, I'm inherently against having a tag team championship for a division that barely has a singles
Wait,
championship.
say that again. What?
I can't inherently root for a tag team championship of a division that barely has a singles division.
Okay. I kind of see where
I
you're going.
mean, yeah, it's great and all, but I mean, we're gonna. Hopefully, we don't get repeat matches over and over again. Like, if women's tag team championships are going to, if they really want them to be a centerpiece, then I'm sorry that the women need their own show.
I mean, I think you can do a hybrid where one of the shows, like, you can have like some of the middle, lesser middle card, lesser known female
Now,
stars on the main show. Hear me out real quick, and then you can have you can have a main show where the women are highlighted in their main eventing, and you might have a few undercard or male matches, but it's mainly like the high profile female wrestlers. I think that would work.
but
Well,
if they threw at
they didn't used to do one night only female previews.
yeah, yes,
Right.
didn't
Didn't they scrap the whole one night only format?
Yes.
yeah.
I think that's right.
I mean, basically,
It didn't work.
I'm saying maybe we should do away with the gender restrictions of the tag team division.
You know what? I kind of agree with that. If it's don't even like Hornswoggle. Like, you shouldn't limit anyone from going for the title. If they can pull it off, let them. Yeah, dude, absolutely, I agree with that. Screw it. I kind of agree with that. Because then it opens things. Hear me out. It opens things up more to where, what if back in the day, before he became as big, big like he did, what if Christian, out of nowhere, when he was still in the Brood, won a big, like, the Intercontinental title, and then went on to become champion like that? I'm just saying. It would have changed his career. But yeah.
Somebody that is limited, Matt Cardona made his Impact debut, defeated Ace Austin.
Cardona.
Defeated Ace Austin by DQ. This is just kind of basically a filler segment, honestly.
Yeah, it wasn't even really a match.
Exactly.
I mean, yes, okay, Cardona is officially, he said he's no longer All Elite.
What does that mean?
I mean, I guess he's officially under contract with Impact.
Oh, in storyline, maybe, yeah.
I mean,
dude, it's kayfabe. You know.
I mean, at this point, they're
come on.
At this point, I think they're confusing themselves.
No, I think they're just using it to where they can confuse other people to blame the barrier between reality and
But
kayfabe.
then
Yeah, because hear me out. Because
want to
kayfabe is
watch.
basically diagnosed as dead. If you can do something like this to blur it again, that revives it, kind of
But-
in a different incarnation, but it revives it. I
But then
think that's kind of a smart
But
move.
it would make me like it would
For
make
people who like kayfabe, yeah.
like the cat like I think that it would just anger people and just turn them like off.
Not
Like,
if it's done like MJF, where it's like believable, where it's not like out of the fucking some crazy bullshit like Ultimate Warrior and lasers being shot out of your eyes and shit like that. No, we're talking about like sleaze, normal like things that can happen in real life. Like MJF, he pulls it off perfectly. I'm just saying, if it was done in mass scale like that, I think it could be like legible. It could. I think done correctly.
Personally, I don't think Matt knows what he's doing. I think he's just going with the flow.
I think it's
I don't
just part of
necessarily
it.
knows what he knows what he wants at this point.
You know
other
what?
than doing his podcast.
This is what I think. I think they probably heard from Tony or whatever that with this Impact situation, you can go over there and do whatever you like. This is your time. Like the grass is open. You have more possibilities than you ever had with basically a merge. They don't have to rely on just the AEW TV time. So I think this is not just this is not just some Matt Cardona, if he takes advantage of it properly, that could help him shine and progress in his career. I think it'd be perfect for Sean Spears. He needs that. I think he needs that better exposure too. So we'll see if they use it right.
Somebody that's getting exposure, but maybe not in the way he wants. Malik defeated Chris Bay and Rahit Raju to retain the X Division title.
Oh wow! I actually got that one match right. Holy crap!
Malik, of course, is TJP under his suicide alter ego,
which is Relic, which is Killer spelled backwards.
I honestly thought I was just going because it was TJ Perkins. I honestly thought maybe I thought he'd lose, honestly, after I heard everyone involved, but glad I stuck with it now.
Now, do you guys think that TJP as a whole not very charismatic, but when you give him a character like Manic, it makes him be more intriguing to fans, but maybe not necessarily the way he wants to be perceived on TV?
I mean,
honestly, go ahead. Sorry.
You could say he's charismatic.
Oh God, shut up.
That's for the night.
Anyway, fuck. Anyway, yeah. So I'll get back to it. I gotta recalculate my thoughts here. I got jumbled.
Next match.
TJ. We're going to the next match. Okay, never mind.
We talked a little bit about this before. Deonna Purrazzo defeated Taya Valkyrie to retain the Knockouts Women's Championship. Right call, I suppose. I mean, Taya's leaving.
Well, I was gonna respond about the TJP thing, but you didn't give me time. So anyway, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So the TJP situation. He's old head. Like, I don't see much of why there's not like a huge market for him anymore. So he's getting what he can. He's not charismatic at all. Anyone can get by with a character if they have the right character. Anybody. I don't know if this is gonna work for him or not. I haven't watched his matches, but we'll see.
I mean, it was the best match of the night.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't take that away from him.
You can't take that away from him. But also, TJP, from everything we've heard, he's also a bit pretentious.
Yeah, that I heard that was always the issue. Like it was never his talent's never or in ring, prowess
Yeah,
was never the
it's
issue. It was
his,
always like his
his
attitude.
attitude. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
He's cool.
Hey!
Look,
No man,
finally.
he's cool. That's a great time.
Hey man, when the pizza man's here and you got kids around,
Thank you.
it's yeah.
You don't have to explain to me,
Did
dude.
you not have money for the pizza guy again?
Yeah, man, you know you
Did
gotta
your kid
keep
have
up.
to spot you again? No. Joking.
No, you know how you do. You deliver the pizza to an abandoned house, and then you got to do what you got to do.
Bow chicka wow wow.
No, he didn't have sex with the pizza, Scooter. No, I'm joking.
Oh, the pizza guy.
I'm
Oh
fucking
my
joking.
God.
Never mind.
Pizza guy.
Oh my God.
Not to get like
Next matchup. This was the only prediction I had during our preview. So, Karate Man murdered Ethan Page. He pulled out his heart and went on his jolly way into that good night.
I have something to say about this.
and
I,
Paige has been more than vocal about this, but
I
yeah.
was literally just gonna say that. Never mind.
yeah, I mean, apparently this was
He's
all
upset.
like, yeah, this was all supposed to like literally like
Oh,
he had some intention for it, and the Impact
right.
just instead chose to
Faulty
humiliate.
editing. They made it look like a joke, and he had like some really cool ideas, but they wouldn't take it. Refused to take it serious. That's the gist of it. Yeah, the gist.
That being said, who do you think has the Lazarus pit for Ethan Page? NXT, AEW, WWE, maybe Ring of Honor?
I do not know. Like I said,
And
I think maybe Ring of Honor.
NXT. He the word is he's
If I were go ahead, sorry.
The word is he just needs to put pen to paper.
If I was ROH, I would do everything I could to get Ethan Page. Like he could be main event for them easily.
What say you, Kaliko?
Oh, I guess another pizza man showed up.
Okay.
No, not everybody. I was on mute. I was on
joking,
mute.
buddy.
I was on mute. Not everybody can make it to the top, so I think he'll probably work his way a couple months in NXT to get used to the thing, if that's the case, and then he'll go to the main roster. I think that would be a better fit or better transition.
Next matchup, Eddie Edwards defeated Sami Callihan in a barbed wire massacre match.
Wait, no. Barbed Wire Massacre 4.
Barbed wire massacre IV. It will be in specific.
This is not a freaking porno, you guys. Stop numbering it. Jesus.
No, it's actually numbered. It's actually literally numbered.
Oh, well, okay, that's on creative, man.
Yeah, they actually called it Barbed Wire Massacre 4.
Okay,
The only one I remember that
they could be
did
memed
was-
easily. That's all on them. That's on them.
I remember Sabu wrestled Abyss and barbed wire massacre, but I don't remember the other two. But you remember that was a really good match.
I think Abyss was involved in one of them, right?
He was probably involved in all of them.
Yeah, he was always used for like the cage matches or anything hardcore. Yeah.
Barbed Wire Massacre 3 was LAX versus OVE.
Ooh, damn. That's Santana and Ortiz, right?
Yep.
Well, that would make sense because
I don't think Ethan Page. I don't think the others were around when Homicide and Big Hernandez were active.
Yeah, Santana and it was Ortiz, Santana, and Homicide.
Oh, Homicide. Okay, he was still active. Okay, I know Homicide was still active late. Okay, I apologize. I'm sorry.
I mean, that was 2000. It was 2018. Barbed Wire Massacre 2 was Abyss versus Judas Messias, or Messias, depending on how you pronounce it.
Mm,
And Judas Messias, Luchasaurus.
I think it's Messi.
Shit.
No, okay, no,
Yep.
I debunked that. No, it's not true.
Yes,
That's
it
not,
is.
Judas Messias is not the same person. No, it's not. He had a name Judas, but he wasn't Judas Messias. I promise you. I'm not trying to like one up you.
Well-
You told me that one time, and so I went back and I Googled it. That's just not, I promise you. I compared it. It's not the same person. So I don't mean, like I said, I'm not trying to one up
This
you. No,
was supposed to. This was supposedly the final match between Sami Callihan and Eddie Edwards. First off, do you believe that to be true? And second of all, do you think this match delivered for a one last time match? Kalika?
Let's hope so. I mean, they've been at it for what, like 3 years? It feels like forever. Like it feels like that type of rivalry is like if WWE had did that where they just go back and forth for 3 years, we would have been like, yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, to me, they got to move on eventually.
Okay.
Yeah, I have it right here. It's
It's okay. Messias was Ricky Banderas.
Gilbert Cosme Ramirez is Judas Messias.
Ricky Banderas. He's the new Mil Muertes.
Yes.
And just made his MLW debut by defeating Brian Pillman Jr. James.
Yeah, I saw the. By the way, yeah, James showed me the what do you call it? The what is it? What are those
Cameo.
called? Cameos. Yeah, he showed
Yeah.
me the cameo. It was funny as hell.
Well,
But yeah, like I said, the only reason I brought that up, Scooter, is because I remember you bringing that up in the past, and I honestly thought because
Devlin.
Judas. Yeah, I thought so too. I really did.
Yeah, he was Judas Devlin.
I thought it too. So it's nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah.
and our main event of the evening, AEW World Champion Kenny Omega and the Impact Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers, Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows, defeated Impact World Champion Rich Swann, self-proclaimed NXT World Champion Moose, and Chris Sabin. Kenny Omega pinned Rich Swann outright with the One-Winged Angel. I'm just kind of wondering why they made. I mean, this is supposed to be Impact's main guy, the figurehead of their company, and not only does they have him take the loss, but they had him take the loss cleanly. Is that a good look for Impact Wrestling, or do you think that's what maybe people come to expect when it comes to Impact?
Yeah, it's a very interesting possibility. I mean, are we really definite that this is an AEW versus Impact war, or is it just Kenny Omega belt collector, essentially? Because if it's Kenny Omega belt collector, then it's not gonna matter. Something else should have happened here. Something else really should have happened here. Something other than the cleanest, the most clean finish since Starrcade '97. The first time.
When Hogan pinned Sting.
Yes.
Yeah.
This was like you literally can't say anything else after Omega coming in like the asshole he is and he's just run through your champion, who will most likely now go into future matches without confidence and will most likely end up losing said title sooner rather than later.
I got a real quick. I got a hot take on this. It doesn't please me to say this, but Kenny is becoming everything he used to bitch about. He is now impeding on other people. Like he's taking a big spot that's taking away from a lot of others. I'm just saying. Scooter brings up a good point. So
What about you, Khalid?
I'm sorry, just one last point.
Yeah, no.
If anybody was paying attention to what Omega and the Good Brothers were wearing,
yep.
they were wearing their New Japan stuff.
Yep. Oh,
And
I
it
saw the
looked
clip.
new. I
Well-
don't believe I remember them wearing those specific outfits before.
I don't know if they wore. I don't know. I'd
So
have
it
to
was
go.
New Japan.
New Japan. Might have been like a reworked logo or something. I don't know. I'll look into it.
What say you, Kaliko?
Where to start? I told you Rich Swann was about to get booked. I told y'all that last week. I was like, I just saw it coming. I was just looking like, man, Rich Swann about to get booked. And yep, it sure did happen. It's a shame. It's a shame too, because he was the feel-good story. I ate one of the really good feel-good stories of 2020 as when it comes to wrestling. And it just seems like they just do a 180 with it. And if Mitch has a problem with Vince doing shit like this, I would think he would have a problem with Don Callis and them doing it like this, because it's fucking over one company who literally did everything the right way in the sense of making Rich Swann the champ. And the way that they built him up, just to like, because to me, I was like, oh yeah, he's about to lose. He's about to lose the belt. It's either he's going to lose to Moose or Kenny. But
you know what?
That's the setup.
I'll go one further. I think he's worse than Vince McMahon used to be. Vince McMahon didn't bring Hulk Hogan in. I mean, you know, it's his manager. Like, you know what I mean? Or that's a bad. Actually, he did. So that's a bad way of saying it. But you know what I mean? Like. He brought the problem. He brought the wolf into the hen house. Okay, I think he's supposed to be their leader. Wouldn't you lose faith in him if your leader went and got a new quarterback? If you were the quarterback, you wouldn't have faith in him anymore? I don't think.
That's
just out of
true.
nowhere.
Tom Brady, we're looking at you.
Without merit, but without merit. He was getting old. Brady was getting old. There's merit there.
That's true, but in a sense like this, Impact always had an issue with bringing in talent, and the moment they get in, they become Superman.
Or they think it does. It goes to their head like Austin Aries.
I would say
they're Superman, and then
I think it means more along the lines of them coming in and automatically being a title contender.
Exactly.
Right, like Austin Aries, he came back and he was immediately put.
But it happened with Deanna, and it happened with Deanna. It happened with the Good Brothers. It happened with Eric Young. It happened. You see what I'm saying? You see the trend.
But real quick, I think Deanna's the only one that I think Deanna deserved it all with all the shit she had to go through and wait through. I think she deserved it. It was her time. But I agree with you with the others.
It's not necessarily who deserves what or when. You know,
I'm just saying the way Deanna was fucked around by every company.
Right.
I mean, she had so much talent. She should have been in the top 8 of any women's division, dude.
It's just the perception of
reality. Exact. That's what I'm saying.
So Impact Wrestling announced their next paid preview. It's titled Rebellion. It's coming up in April. Now the logo of that paid preview has Kenny
I'm done.
Omega's symbol, the Omega symbol, inside a star. So do you see that possibly Kenny Omega wrestling with Swan in the main event of that paid preview, with Swan getting the win back on Omega? Or maybe I'm booking way too far into the future. Scooter?
Uh, hmm. Interesting. I'm gonna get a look at this logo. Yes, it's the Omega sign with the star, and um yeah, and Rebellion. Have they said if this year's Rebellion is going to be 2 nights?
No,
No,
uh,
I think it's only one night. Yeah. Um. The it's. I think hopefully this is going to be like the literal start of an uprising. Like, what if we're not looking at AEW versus Impact? What if we're looking at AEW and Impact versus the Bullet Club?
That's what I think we're looking at.
I think we're being
Increasingly.
I think we're being misdirected in terms
I mean,
of
there's talent, definitely going to be talent sharing on both shows. Like I said, it seems like a merge, but
and
yeah, I think the main storyline's going to go towards that. Yeah.
Impact has had a relationship with New Japan in recent months.
I don't know how that's going so well right now, though.
Maybe not necessarily, an AEW and New Japan partnership. But, if it's under the roof of Impact Wrestling that has a joint relationship with both companies, it's kind of, one, it's kind of a loophole to get Impact, AEW, and Ring of Honor. No, Impact, okay, I'm getting tongue tied here. New Japan guys and AEW guys on the same show without them actually being one company or the other. You guys really, I'm following what I said?
No.
Let's say that again. I didn't hear that.
AEW and New Japan don't have a relationship. Their relationship goes through Impact Wrestling. So having a relationship with both companies, you could have AEW wrestlers wrestle New Japan guys on
and that
Impact Wrestling TV.
Do you know the power dynamic that secret, like, privately gives Impact, or the people in charge of Impact? I'm just saying, that's a lot of power that they hold now. So, I mean, if they want to be dicks about it, like the old administration with Vince Russo, then it used to be. Right.
I mean, some might say that could be the reason why Impact has survived as long as it has.
True. Very true.
Mm-hmm.
So, could Impact Wrestling kind of be a mastermind here? That maybe we haven't...
It could be. I mean, I mean, either way, I think it's win-win for Impact. I really do. Like, I don't see them having a downside in this at all. And besides the talent and the spots the talent had, and that's getting gobbled up by Kenny and the others. I feel bad about that. But aside from that, I think it's like to get their name out there, to get the more talent, like flowing back and forth. Like a more pipeline of more talent. It's just, I think it gets more eyes on Impact than were there before, for sure.
I mean, look at it this way. In these last couple of weeks, we've been talking a lot about Impact Wrestling.
There's a reason for that. Exactly.
We did our first preview of an Impact Wrestling pay preview. We usually do review their paid previews, but we kind of, get a little lighter when we go down the line. So, is Impact kind of sneaking their way into a bigger situation here of maybe getting on top of AEW, or they
About
just
that, but if Don Callis is playing it like an evil genius, I like
is it John
it could be
Callis or is
French,
it somebody else behind?
or it could be who who's running who isn't it what's his name, the Canadian guy, I forget his name.
Scott Gilmore.
Scott D'Amore, isn't it D'Amore?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Okay, so I think he's
yeah.
a pretty classy guy. I don't see him. I mean, maybe I don't know. I'm just saying compared to what Dixie used to do, he had to right the ship in terms of administration stuff and show that there was a new competent administration, and just for Impact to survive, let alone start to flourish like it is. So, I think he's done a great job so far. But is he gonna? Okay? So he's in. Either way, he's in a power position right now. If he wanted to be a dickhead, they could theoretically pull some shit like that. But you got to consider, especially with the friendships involved, that could destroy not just friendships, but friendships or alliances between federations if something funky goes on. I think they're playing it straightforward because they're friends, and I think they're just trying to help each other grow.
Scooter, you want closing statements?
No, that sums it up for me.
Kaliko?
Nah, that's it.
Alright.
That
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take you off.
that was a good. That was good. That was perfectly summed up.
Yeah. There's literally nothing else to follow up. That's.
And if I could say just the last follow up, this is just the first draft of an AEW Impact relationship, and maybe we are saying, oh, what happened? The hell happened? Kenny pinned with Swan. We don't know where this is going. We need to find. We need to go to the next page.
I mean, if something doesn't happen, we might
have. But the problem was that if it had been like Moose and Rich Swan beefing over who the fuck is gonna get to Kenny, I could see that point. But the just clean, that's a problem.
Well, what I'm saying is, we don't know what the next chapter of this storyline is. So I'm sure when we get to it, we're going to say, aha.
I mean, pretty
or
soon. If nothing happens, it's gonna be Impact Wrestling SVU.
This episode produced by Dick Wolf.
Dun dun
dun. Oh, you stole my fucking joke. Yeah.
And that will conclude Impact Wrestling Hard to Kill PPV review. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, both on YouTube and Castbox. Catch us this Wednesday as we interview Jesse Nolan. And you can always join the conversation on Twitter. The official handle of Wrestling Wit is Wrestling With E if you want to follow everything that's going on with Wrestling With Entertainment. You can also follow me at JamesJ993. Where can they find Kaliko?
I am Kaliko. You can find me making my case for Randy Orton and if PWI makes it, he should be the fucking wrestler of the year. But God knows it'll probably be like Kenny Omega or some shit.
Where can they find Mitch if Mitch Mayhem tweeted?
They can find me in the deepest recesses of your mind. No, they can find me at Mitch Mayhem X.
And where can they find Scooter Dust?
They can find me at. And also, you can find me at. Oh, wait, no. Find me on Twitter at Scooter Dust, UNB Network at UNB Wrestling.
For Calico Yachts, Mitch Mayhem, Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling with Entertainment.